Welcome back to the channel. We're out here at Cook Tractor. We're on the auction side. I just went over to the parts side and bought a big 1000 to 540 adapter so we could spread fertilizer with the 8300 today because the 4440 was giving us problems. But I am checking out this 260 Magnum case tractor. Hadn't really been in them much, so the one over at Crown Power and Equipment was locked. We couldn't get in the cab, so I wanted to check this out. This is an older one, so it's probably like a mid-2000s, late 2000s model year. But not a bad layout, good visibility. This has the front duals. This is interesting though. This is the throttle. It looks like you can shift up and down the power shift right here. Kind of got the same command arm that John Deere has. Your electric hydraulic levers. Yeah, not a bad tractor as far as the cab layout goes. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this old girl up. Sounds pretty good. Kind of got the same corner post display as John Deere does. Throttle's really smooth to operate. This case has DEF, so it's definitely after 2011-ish. I just thought it was going to be older than that because of how faded it is. Then you've got your 2+2 right here. Yeah, Cooks, they have a consignment auction every month, and they have some stuff that sells as is, but most of it, if it doesn't bring the price they want, they don't sell it. If you remember from last video, fixed this field cultivator, got it already. It's one I bought off Facebook Marketplace. I had to put some work into it. I tested it out over here. This has been the test field for the 8300. Getting the chisel plow set on it, getting the disc level, and then now making sure that the field cultivator works. It's going into soybeans, so we won't be spreading fertilizer there today, but we are going to spread fertilizer over there. And then down the road, there's a couple little patches, 3 little patches to be exact, that we're going to be spreading over on the other side of that hill. This hose is really spraying out now, so I'll probably do what I need to do today and then take that off and get a new one made up for it. It's nice having these release levers fixed now. We'll have to hook up to this again later. Put that right there. Here's the PTO adapter. So I'm going to go big 1000 to 540. And it's from Ag Smart, which I've never even heard of them before, but we'll go ahead and get her thrown on here. And you want to make sure that your shafts are clean before you use them. I really don't know how well this is going to work because you can see how much slop we have. She's tightening up pretty good, so seems tight. We'll see here shortly if she's going to fly apart on us or not. Seems like decent quality. I think it actually, I was gonna say it's probably made in China, but I think it said made in India, so maybe that's a little better, I don't know. If you noticed in the last video, this windshield wiper's now made its way into the center of my line of sight, so I'm gonna take it off real quick. This nut's loose already. Oh, just lost that bolt. This is supposed to be some sort of on-off rope that you pull to shut it on and off. Got to find a spot to run it through the cab, which shouldn't be a problem on the tractor. PTO shafts on, went on easily. That was nice. Got the rope in the cab and got the kickstand jacked up. It's time to figure out this buggy. So it's been a long time since I've used a fertilizer buggy, and it's been a long time since we've planted corn on my parents' farm. And so I'm doing basically 6.5, 7 acres for them this year. And it's really, number one, to test out the planter, and number two, prove to my dad that that corn can be profitable in Missouri again. So we're gonna try to do a good job here. You guys will have this corn to follow along with, and then you'll have my 70 acres of corn to follow along with. I did have soil samples pulled because I want to do it the right way. Basically, Midwest Labs told me for 150 bushel yield goal, I need to put on a mix of 80, 60, 70, and then out of that, I'll probably top dress with another 50 pounds of nitrogen, so it'd be a 50-00 fertilizer mix. And then that compound is made up using basically 750 pounds of MAP, an 1152-0, and then it's made up of urea, so 4600, 952 pounds of it, and then red potash, that's 0060, and 759 pounds of that. So for the 6.5, 7 acres, we've got roughly 2,500 pounds on the cart, so it's barely full. I can show you guys what that looks like real quick. So there's barely anything in here we got to spread, and let me tell you, it does not smell good. But basically, the spreader part, the spinners are PTO engaged. You can see the shaft comes through, and then when you pull on the rope, I think that's stopping this. Let's see, I'm not so sure. Maybe that stops the clutches for the chain drive that dumps out the fertilizer. You can see it already getting started there. One thing I do know we need to do is move this lever so that our ground drive system engages the wheel hub down there. And watch it move. Latch it up here, put the pin back in it. Alright, so our ground drive should be good. The guy said we needed to spread at 5.5 inches, but he recommended to double spread it. That way we didn't have our gate so far up. And so we're gonna set it, basically it's split that, and it's at 2.5. So we'll probably go with that. 2 3/4 would be more accurate, but I want to make sure I can get across everything. Then I can go back through and spread out whatever I got left. So we're gonna roll with it. Now it's time to try this thing out and see what we can do. Now you guys tell me, but I think this is one of those, I don't know how much horsepower I need, but I know how much I'm gonna use situations. So I'm probably gonna run the tractor at like 1100, 1200 RPM so I don't blow apart this buggy's drive system. Now I've never used the PTO, so let's see what happens. Kicked on. Now let's see if I drive forward, if it starts spreading anything. Coming out now. You probably can't pick it up on the camera, but you can barely make it out. Gonna keep it about 11 to 1200 RPM. Let's go a little faster. Didn't like shifted planetaries at 1100 RPM. I think it's working though. It's fun using the 8300 on different things. Well, I think I got all this spread, at least the first pass on it. You can see all the fertilizer worked in. I had to come back and end right here because I was messing with the rope pull and stopped the buggy halfway down the field. So I probably won't use that because it doesn't seem to be working very well to engage it. But now we got to move fields and go down the road. So let's disengage that. PTO worked good on the tractor, so I'm really excited that that's good. Dumped out a little extra right here, so that corn's going to be really nice. But yeah, pretty neat. Like I said, it's a lot of fun using this 8300 for different things. Looks like we didn't use very much, which should be about right, so doing something good. We're now at the rest of the field, so there's 3 little patches here we're gonna plant corn. I'm gonna set you guys up over here, that way you can watch from the outside view, because inside the cab only shows so much. So we gotta try to switch things up here. Let me find a spot for you. Well, I don't know if it's fair to say I'm the most accurate fertilizer buggy driver, but I've got those 2 fields up there spread twice. This one I still need to make a couple passes on, but let's see how much we got left in the buggy. So I still need to go back towards the house and spread some more. Okay, looks like we got about 1/3 of what we did have, maybe half. So I'll spread the rest of this, and then we'll go put it on really thick by the road so that the neighbors can see that. So 14th gear, about 7 miles an hour. It's been working pretty good. This was chiseled, so it's kind of rough. Having fun in the 8300 though. Time to go back on the road. Let's see how much we got left now. All right, that'll be a good amount to put back at where we started. It's worked in pretty good though, and then take the field cultivator over it and it'll basically, you know, crumble it up and cover up the fertilizer. I chiseled this field too, and it had some root problems as well up against the tree line. We're done with fertilizing. Thanks, still got a little bit of a pile left. Maybe I'll go pick another field to plant corn. Let's see. We're gonna plant this lower field in corn now. It hasn't been chiseled, but that'll be all right. Well, I think we are out of fertilizer. Yep. I knew this could happen, that we'd have extra, because I went with the highest recommendation from the soil lab, and then I rough guessed how many acres we have, so planting a little bit extra or a little more than I was thinking, but there's nothing wrong with that. That way when we take it to the elevator, we got a full hopper bottom full. I guess we'll see if it grows or not. But buggy did good. I gotta go return it. PTO shaft adapter did a good job. 8300 as always. It's been doing good. But I gotta get to work now. So the fun's over, and then I'm gonna come back either later today or tomorrow and get this stuff worked in. Sun's going down, but we're working some ground. Get the fertilizer incorporated. Getting dusty out here. Field cultivator's doing a heck of a job. I'm really liking it so far. cultivator did a good job. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you up the next